Hello, everyone, and welcome to Generation in Between, a Xennial Podcast where we remember, revisit, and relearn all kinds of things from being 80s kids and 90s teens. My name is Danny.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And you've joined us during Christmas. What?
It's Christmas.
I said joined weird. You've joined us during Christmas season. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we're in some festive gear.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Do you have bears on your? I noticed.
I have little bears. One's in a Santa hat, and there's like little. It's like a 3D sweater with all these little craft pieces attached to it.
It's way cute, and an elf hat. I've got on a Merry Christmas sweater and a hat and some earrings, and we're ready to go.
We are.
We have a lot of sparkle happening, which is funny because the movie we rewatched for this episode has nothing to do with sparkles, but it does have something to do with Christmas. And Katie has never seen it. Tell everybody what we rewatched for this week.
We watched Gremlins.
I can't believe you've never seen it.
And as I was watching it, I was like, I wonder if it's going to come back to me.
Did it?
No.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
I mean, wild.
Like I knew who Gizmo was, but that's just from like pop culture.
Yeah.
I don't remember like the main guy. I was like, who's that guy? I've never seen that guy before. Didn't remember the plot points. So I really, truly think I've never seen it.
Did your kids watch it?
No, I just watched it by myself.
Okay.
I was going to watch it with my youngest, but it was over Thanksgiving weekend and we had a lot of family in town. So I would have had to like take them away from things to do it. So I was like, just let me get through the holiday weekend and then I shall watch it and give it my attention, which I did.
I got it. All right, we're going to jump into your thoughts first because I have to know. I love this movie and I still do. I think it's campy and fun and great. Did you like it?
It was not my favorite.
I knew it.
It was not my favorite.
Was it the animatronics?
I think so. And I understand that it's an older movie now. So I'm not like being an animatronic snob. It's the presence of them. I thought the plot was odd. And then again, if you love this movie, good for you. I was saying this on the way over because my husband dropped me off.
Had he seen it?
He says he's never seen it.
What?
Which surprises me. He saw a lot more movies than me like, growing up. But
and he's older.
He says he's never seen it. But he knows what it is. So I said, I don't want to get on the podcast and be like, I didn't like this movie. Because like, what's the point of that? He's like,
you do it all the time.
He goes, why not?
You do it all the time.
I know, and I feel bad. Because I know people love this movie. And there's so much negativity in the world. And then you got me going, I didn't like this movie.
Okay. But that's why we rewatch.
I know.
Poor Katie. I was like, why do you feel bad? You literally hate every movie I tell you to watch. All of a sudden.
But I was trying to think of like specifics. So it wasn't just like, so plot was one. I also felt like I didn't know what kind of movie it was at any point. Like, I'm like, oh, it's like this like kind of interesting sci-fi kind of movie. But then like, the story that Phoebe Cates tells about her dad, I'm like, what the hell?
I know.
Like, why did this movie just get so dark? And I know we'll talk about it. And then it was scary, but then they were watching Snow White and they were all super cute. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about this movie. And the other thing, and I think this is also because it was an older movie and it was Steven Spielberg, is it was just long.
Like, it was like an hour and a half.
It was an hour and 50 minutes. Because I kept looking
Movies
to see how much
like
was left.
Way longer than that nowadays.
Yeah, but a movie like this, it was too long. the scenes, I think it was individual scenes went on for too long.
I bet I know.
Like
what
I was
you
like,
did,
we're still here. Like
I bet you like that dog.
I loved Barney, and then they sent him away.
Well, to save him.
I know, but I'm like, oh, now the dog's
From the
leaving,
lady.
And there's still an hour and 42 minutes left of this movie.
I knew you weren't gonna like this movie. And Troy was like, why wouldn't she like it? And I'm like, oh, I know at least one reason, and it's called animatronics.
Yeah.
And especially 80s animatronics. All right. Well, we're going to get into more of our
That
thoughts.
being said, there are specifics of the movie I did really like that we can talk about.
So I'm going to give facts first, and then we'll go through our thoughts that we watched, that we had while we were watching.
Okay.
No shock here. I love this movie.
Yes.
Of course. Here is the IMDb summary of Gremlins, if you've never seen it. After receiving an exotic small animal as a Christmas gift, a young man inadvertently breaks 3 important rules concerning his new pet, which unleashes a horde of malevolently mischievous creatures on a small town. That is wordy.
It is. What year did this come out? I meant to look that up.
84.
Okay. I was going to guess 83, so 84. Okay.
Yeah. So it came out in 84. It was directed by Joe Dante, who we talked about before when we watched the Twilight Zone movie.
Okay.
He directed the segment called It's a Good Life that had the kid.
Oh. So maybe
it's all making sense
Joe
now.
Dante that I don't like. Like, literally, of the 4 things we watched, that was the only one I didn't like in the Twilight Zone movie.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
So, and that was the segment that had the animatronic bunny. And okay. And it was written by Chris Columbus. We talked about him before when we did Goonies. So what you're going to notice as we go through some facts is a lot of people and a lot of things associated with this movie we've already talked about.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go into like tons of detail about people we've already talked about in previous episodes. But for those of you who might be new here, I will reference the episodes we talked about them.
I love it.
If you want more. Okay. So I'm on Katie's computer. Bear with me.
Here we go.
It's always an adventure for me. And it's a touchscreen. I don't know. Whatever. So let's talk about the actors first. So let's start with Billy, the guy who played Billy, that you said you were like, who is this guy?
Yeah, who is this guy?
So you didn't recognize him at all?
No.
Okay. Which it's pretty valid. His name is Zach Galligan. His first acting gig in the 80s was for an ABC after-school special in 1982. He was in a TV movie actually with Molly Ringwald and River Phoenix, though. The year after this came out, Gremlins came out, is called Surviving. No idea what it's about. I didn't care enough to look. He was in the sequel to Gremlins, Gremlins 2, the new batch.
There's a sequel?
And they're in New York City. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. And
that might be okay.
I think we should watch this one. I can't remember if this one also takes place at Christmas time. I think it does. We should watch that next year because honestly, I remember that one a little more because I remember going to the movies to see that one.
Okay.
Gremlins itself, we had on like VCR tape.
Okay.
But I remember going to the movies. And there's one scene in particular that was really fun. Whatever. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. Gremlins 2 came out in 1990. So it was quite a while after the other. But he was in, like, I was wondering if he looked familiar to you maybe a little because he was in tons of like smaller movies or like made for TV movies that were popular in the 80s and 90s. He was in Tales from the Crypt. He was in Dr. Quinn. He was in Star Trek Voyager, Law and Order. The list goes on. And he's still acting.
Good.
She's good. Like, good for you.
You go off, Zach
Galligan. He actually voiced, I don't know if it was Billy or somebody else. In 2023, there was a Max, like HBO Max original cartoon called Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai. And he was a voice in there.
Oh, wow.
So, and I looked up some clips of it. It looks terrible.
Oh.
Yeah. It looks like, you know, that like kind of rushed animation that they do. I feel like that's what it was. How dare you taint the legacy of Gremlins? Anyway, HBO Max. I got lost. Hold on. I got lost in my notes that are literally right in front of my face. Okay. This was a fun fact. He had the opportunity to audition for Back to the Future for Marty McFly.
Ooh.
But his family encouraged him to finish school first before he started pursuing acting seriously.
Aww. He's too tall. Is that just because Michael J. Fox is smaller? But
I don't know.
I couldn't see. He's just, even in this movie, he's just too grown up looking.
Yeah, I feel like that too. But remember Back to the Future because it's going to come back in a minute when there's another fun fact about this movie. He's also an acting teacher and he's a screenwriter too. So he's well-rounded. That's all I got on that dude.
All right.
So let's talk about Phoebe Cates, who played Kate. Now, we talked about her in depth when we rewatched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Well, it was the first watch for Katie.
Yes.
Yeah. So we talked about her already. So I ain't going to like go all up in it. I'll just give you a brief recap and a couple facts. She started off as a model at age 14, which is not surprising because she's adorable. She pursued that until she met a film agent at Studio 54.
What?
Yeah.
Why was she at Studio 54?
Girl, everybody was there.
How old was she?
Well, she was like probably 18, I'm assuming, or maybe not at 14. But she had her film debut in Paradise, 1982, Fast Times came out that same year. She was in Private School, 83. Obviously, Gremlins, 84. Shag, 88. She's also in Gremlins 2, 1990. And then a early 90s classic that we must rewatch, Drop Dead Fred.
Yes, I love that movie.
Okay. You have seen that.
I've seen that one.
We said a bunch about her in the other one. Notably, we had a whole discussion about her still being married to Kevin Kline.
Yes.
Remember that? They've been married since 1989. They are still married.
Yes. We confirmed after. That. Yes.
But I don't know.
And he is significantly older than her.
They met when she auditioned for The Big Chill. I don't know if we talked about that.
No, I don't think we did.
So she auditioned for the role of Chloe, which if you haven't watched that movie in a while, is she plays the girlfriend of the guy who dies. She's very young. That role went to Meg Tilly anyway. Okay. But that's where they met. And he's quite a bit older than her, but they're still married. So
yeah, hey.
But she was of age.
Right. I think that's what we figured out.
Yeah,
like she was an adult, but he was also not 9 or 10 years older than her or something. But yeah, she was an adult.
Yeah. Fun fact about her, she has an upscale boutique in New York City called Blue True.
Ooh.
She opened it in 2005. It's known for its eclectic and inspired selection of women's clothing and jewelry. It also has unique and carefully chosen items in home gift, fragrance, music, delicacies, etc. There are no rules. That's from their website.
There are no rules
for what they have.
For what they have to sell you.
Okay. It looks really cute.
Oh, okay.
But it's in like an upper end. Like,
do you think they sell goose clothing?
Probably not.
Not a lot of Portuguese around New York City to dress in boutique style clothing.
I would say no.
But there are no rules.
There are no rules.
So you never know.
You should send her a message.
Okay. Like, all these wonderful things she's going to be like, hello, do you have Portuguese clothing? Specifically, I'm looking for a yellow raincoat.
Okay. My sister also said she remembers Portuguese.
Okay.
She said we did not have one.
But she remembers them where you lived.
She remembered them, yeah.
Okay.
And also she confirmed for me that yes, we indeed had a pink bathtub toilet and the countertop was pink.
Okay.
I did not remember a pink countertop, but she said, yep. Sure was. Anyway, there you go.
All right, there we go.
Heard that from another episode.
That was our decor episode, by the way, everyone.
Yeah. So let's move on to talk about the guy who plays Billy's dad, Randall Peltzer. His acting name is Hoyt Axton, which is just a fun name.
That's fun. So you mean like that's his name
in real life
Hoyt as an
Axton.
Actor? Okay.
He played Randall Peltzer in the movie.
Got it.
Remember Peltzer?
No, I loved him.
Oh, you did?
He was one of the parts of the movie I really liked.
Did you recognize him at all?
I was trying to figure out. Was he in Fried Green Tomatoes?
No, but he was in a lot of stuff. So you probably saw
him in
his
something.
Face.
Yeah. And that voice was familiar.
He did a lot of voice stuff too. And actually, I have a fun fact about his voice. He was a singer. He was a country folk singer.
Okay.
He actually had his own record label called Jeremiah Records.
Cool.
And he wrote the songs Joy to the World and Never Been to Spain for Three Dog Night. You know that song?
Joy to the world.
He wrote that.
Wow.
I know.
I knew I liked him.
He did lots of TV roles, TV movies in the 80s and 90s, which is probably why he looked familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
He also did lots of voiceovers and voice acting. I wrote down a bunch of movies that I don't think are
was he in the Ernest movies? Did you ever watch those?
I didn't see that. Yeah, I did see the Ernest movies.
There's someone in the Ernest movies that looks like him or sounds like him. It might not be him, though. I'll look that up.
I did not. I've just wrote down a bunch of movies, but I've never heard of any of these.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Disorganized Crime, 1989. We're No Angels, 1989. Harmony Cats, 92. And Space Case, 92. Never heard of those.
Mm-mm. Me either.
But he was in a lot of TV shows, like just as guest roles. He was in the movie Black Stallion.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, Black Beauty, Black Stallion. What the hell?
I think there's both, I think. But Black Beauty.
Okay, well, I forgot to write it down.
Black Beauty was like this time frame, probably.
So maybe he was in that? I don't know. Whoops. I remember seeing that after I was done. I was like, I'll remember that.
Things, yeah.
Anyway, in November of 2007, he was inducted posthumously because he died in 1999 into the Oklahoma Country Music Hall of Fame in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Him and his mom were inducted posthumously. She was also a singer-songwriter.
Cool.
So that was a fun fact about him. We've only got a couple more. Let's talk about the mom. Her name is Frances Lee McCain. Did you recognize her?
Was she in that Twilight episode too?
No.
Oh.
But she has played a mom in a lot of iconic Xennial hits.
Okay.
Such as she played Ren's mom in Footloose. Okay. She played Marty's grandma in the past as Lorraine's mom in Back to the Future.
Okay. Yep.
She was in Stand By Me. She was in Scream. She was a mom in Scream.
Okay.
I don't remember whose. And she's still acting. So she was I feel like she was like the mom to cast.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just has that essence about her.
She does.
She was a stage actress by nature though, and she first appeared on Broadway in a Woody Allen show called Play It Again, Sam. So I love it when I find out that movie actors were also stage actors.
I like that too.
I like that.
I like that even now when they'll be like someone I only know from like movies or whatever, and they're like, they're on Broadway right now. I'm always like, that's so fun.
Because it's a very different kind of acting. Mm-hmm. So if you can do both, I think that's impressive.
I think so too.
She played Stella to Faye Dunaway's Blanche Dubois and John Voight's Stanley Kowalski in Streetcar Named Desire in 1970s Los Angeles.
Ooh, I bet that was good.
Right?
Dang.
I know. What a cast. So there's some fun facts about her. Moving on.
I liked her too. I liked when she was like messing with the different inventions.
I know. But okay, she was way too nice about it. Because Troy was like, maybe this just says something about me, but he was sitting there watching it and she's just always like, oh, haha, your dad. Oh, haha. And he's like, she would be pissed as hell that everything's fucking breaking all around her.
I know, especially when the coffee wasn't right. I was like, oh, hell no.
Right?
Don't be messing with my coffee.
Well, not only does nothing work, it makes a goddamn mess that she has to pick up.
It does, yeah. Like
she has to clean it.
The orange juice and the coffee and the egg thing, yeah.
And also, let's note it now that dad buys some weird ass animal and then leaves again, and these animals destroy the town, notes. And he just be like coming back.
I had that in my notes. Like what?
Right. Okay. Just a couple more. Corey Feldman plays Pete, which we talked a lot about Corey Feldman in 2 episodes of our podcast, Lost Boys and Goonies. So you want to hear about him, go back there to those. And also I'll just zoom through really quick. He was in 2 Friday the 13th movies, 84 and 85, Goonies in 85, Stand By Me, 86, Lost Boys, my number 1 movie, 1987, and then License to Drive with Corey Haim, 1988, The Burbs, and then how can we forget he was the voice of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I love that.
You know, it makes me so happy. He actually has said that The Goonies was his most fun acting experience of his entire career, which I get.
Goonies was? Oh, I could see that.
I mean, he was at a great age for it. It's fun. You're with all your, like,
it's
all
magical,
these peers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he said, but he's most proud of his role in an independent film called The Birthday, which came out in 2004. So that was
I might need to check that out.
But get this, his first acting gig was a commercial for McDonald's gift certificates.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't think we talked about that.
I don't think we did. No.
You remember how you used to get those gift certificates
like the
in your stocking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would still
now
like
it's just like a plastic card.
Yeah,
I still put them in the stocking, but yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Let's talk about Judge Reinhold, who played Gerald.
Yes.
Which I hate the name Gerald. No offense, Gerald's out there. It just doesn't feel right. Gerald.
For what? Just to say, you mean? Like in your mouth?
Like, do you usually say things out of other places?
No.
Okay, good.
But like, does like the shape of your mouth feel strange saying
I don't know. Say it.
Gerald.
See, that don't feel right.
Yeah, it feels a little weird.
All right.
Do you think that's why most of them go by Jerry? That feels weird.
Do you know people named Gerald?
Yeah, I do.
You actually?
Do? I know a surprisingly
way.
I think I know 5.
How do you know 5 Geralds? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is it an Indiana thing?
Well, one I know here. One's my uncle from Kentucky. And the other 3 are from Indiana, yeah.
Okay. Well, did they listen to this? My bad, Gerald.
I don't
that
think
Katie
so.
knows a plethora of.
I really doubt that they listen to this. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
It just feels weird to say
there could
Gerald.
be other Geralds that are, and look, maybe they agree with you.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, anyway. We talked about Judge Reinhold in our Fast Times at Ridgemont High episode. So go back there. Hear more about him, but here's some Xennial highlights for you. Obviously, I just said he was in Fast Times in 82, also with Phoebe Cates. He was in Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3, and a new one called Axel F.
Whoa.
He's in all of them. And all 3 of the Santa Claus movies. which he was the stepdad. So he actually got an Emmy nomination for a guest role on Seinfeld, the episode that he was the close talker.
Yes. I forgot he was the close talker. Oh my gosh. He
I
was
also
so
cannot
good.
stand close talkers.
Well, you wouldn't like Judge Reinhold.
I was going to say Gerald.
Well, his name wasn't Gerald on that show, I guess.
No.
Maybe it was.
Well, it could be. This is funny. He's an accomplished whistler.
What does that mean?
He
Hello?
He whistled a Western tune for his monologue when he hosted SNL in the late 80s. Like, he's a really good whistler.
Okay.
I mean, which, great for you, but I feel like everybody can whistle.
I'm just wondering how you would like measure that someone was accomplished.
Well, I don't think honestly, I don't know if I could whistle a whole ass Western tune.
I could
on
not.
live TV. I know Anthony can't. Oh,
Anthony can't whistle?
So our friend and listener, Anthony, him and I were at a show together, and he had to whistle on this one part, and he's going to die when I'm telling the story. Him and all the guys in the scene had to do a little, okay.
Oh, I remember that.
He
that
struggled more than he didn't to get that whistle out.
That's hilarious.
There was always a different reason, so he says.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So he's not an accomplished whistler.
No.
That's the difference between our friend Anthony and Judge Reinhold. One is an accomplished whistler.
I'm sure
and
there's
one is
lots
not.
of others, but yes. Anyway, hilarious. Watch. He's going to send us a voice message and be like, I can whistle. It's here.
Yeah.
Moving on to the actor who played the grandfather in the shop that sold the Mogwai.
Yes.
His name was Ki Luke. And he had quite the career. He had his first film debut. Well, you only have one film debut.
The first film
his
debut.
only film debut in a movie called The Painted Veil in 1934.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he was used in like almost every film around that time that had a Chinese character, which is
not the best.
Cringy.
But he did look familiar.
He was typecast.
I'd seen him in other stuff.
And it happened to him a lot. And he was in a lot of TV and movie roles during the 80s and 90s. But the one that made him prominently known to a younger generation was he was in the TV series Kung Fu that started in 1972.
Okay.
Yeah. Katie's like, I don't know what that is.
I do, but you said a younger generation.
Well, I meant because his film debut was in 1934.
Oh.
So by 1972.
That's true.
That's what made
I just thought you meant younger than us.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Because then I'll get to our generation.
Got it.
Our generation has seen him in guest roles on shows like Golden Girls, Miami Vice, The A-Team, MacGyver, Magnum P.I., plus he did voices on Fairy Tale Theater with Shelley Duvall.
Yay.
Jim, Alvin and the Chipmunks,
oh my
Spider-Man, and the Smurfs.
Oh, that's so great.
So you know this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know this guy.
For sure.
He actually continued working until the age of 86, and he died 3 weeks after his last film, which was a film by the name of Alice that came out in 1990. So, yeah, he was 86, and he worked till his death, pretty much.
That's really cool.
I know.
I mean, if I'm assuming he wanted to work that long.
Whoa, Mike jumping.
Just got attacked by my fuzzy mic.
He was also an accomplished artist who specialized in painting murals. And you can actually see some of his murals in films. So he got paid.
What
to
was
do
the
artwork.
one, Lost Boys, where they had the mural? Do you think he painted that?
I didn't see that in his credits.
Okay.
So I don't know. Could be.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the end of the actors, but do you know who the voice of Gizmo was? You're not going to, but I just thought I'd ask in case. Howie Mandel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But he did not do the singing. You know where Gizmo's singing?
Yes.
He did not do that. The song was written by Jerry Goldsmith, and he hired a 13-year-old girl who was a member of his synagogue to sing it for the film.
That's cute.
I know. Super cute. Michael Winslow was the voice of all the Gremlins, and do you know who that is?
Michael Winslow. That sounds really familiar.
He is better known as the guy who makes all the funny noises in the Police Academy.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I see his face right now.
Yeah.
So he was every other Gremlin. Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. And so did they have them talk and then sped it up and stuff? Or was that like really the way surely they did, right? They doctored the noises they made?
You know, I didn't see anything about them speeding it up.
Wow. Okay.
I saw nothing about that.
Okay.
You're thinking of Snoopy.
I know. I'm always thinking of Snoopy.
Forget these gremlins. Bring me Snoopy.
Look, I watched 2 quality Snoopy productions before the last time we recorded. And then you're just going to throw me into Gremlins. Come on.
Quite the turn.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have some random facts and then we'll talk about our thoughts during the movie. Some of these facts are kind of fun. Some are stupid. So bear with me. It's Danny research.
Oh, boy.
All right. I was curious, and I'm so glad that my research brought this up, like where the idea of like a quote unquote gremlin came from. Mm-hmm. And the history of it is pretty interesting. It dates back to the Royal Air Force during World War II. After something went wrong with a plane that they couldn't really describe, they would blame it on little monsters that they called gremlins.
Which is what the guy talks about in the movie.
Yeah.
Weird. The mechanic guy.
Yeah. And then author Roald Dahl, who was in the Royal Air Force, he wrote a book called The Gremlins in 1943, and that is what put the idea of gremlins into popular culture.
And so obviously in the movie, I know what a gremlin is in the movie, but the idea of a gremlin in general is what? Just something you can't see that's like messing things up?
I just said little monsters called gremlins. Right.
So that you can see them?
Well, yes. I think it's that you can't. I think the idea is that they do shit. Like they destroy things without you seeing them, but yes, you should.
Okay, got it.
Which is like the Twilight Zone episode is basically a gremlin,
right? Like things you can't see necessarily, right. But they do exist. Okay,
correct. And the original Gremlin script. Now, none of my facts are in order, so we're gonna bop around as we do. It was much, much darker. So this was kind of campy and funny, and there was a lot of humor. Earlier scenes had you're not gonna like this. Had gremlins eating Billy's dog, then decapitating his mom, and throwing her head down the stairs.
Oh my God.
I know.
But look, those are terrible. That's terrible. But I would have been like, it's this kind of movie.
Well,
and I felt like there was like little bits of that, but not enough for it to be full-scale horror.
Well, they wanted to tone it down because they wanted it to be family-friendly.
Okay.
So they all agreed, let's bring it back so it can be a family-friendly movie, which is why it still had essence of a darker, but then they just kind of changed it around.
Okay.
To make it it was dark comedy light, I guess. This was originally planned for a Christmas release, but it did not come out at Christmas time. I know, which is funny because it is a Christmas time movie. They kind of rushed it into production shortly after Warner Brothers realized that they had no major competition coming out against Paramount's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, or Columbia Pictures' Ghostbusters. They were all coming out at the same time. They're like, shit, we don't have anything to compete with them. Let's hurry up and get this out there.
Wow.
So they did. It came out in the summer.
Wow.
Right.
That's wild because those are like 3 incredibly iconic, lasting films and franchises.
And when I was doing research, it made me remember like how big of a deal it was for stuff to come out in the movies. Like it was a big deal. I feel like that's not that way anymore because of streaming.
Depends. Like Wicked and Wicked for Good have been a huge deal.
Right. But that's not often.
That's not normal.
Right. And in the 80s, it was like every weekend you couldn't wait to see what was going to come out.
I agree.
You'd call the little movie hotline.
And it would read all the times and you just have to sit there till they got to your movie.
Yes.
And like read the time. Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine that worked at the movies got all excited because they got to read it one time.
Oh, I would be excited about that too. I'd be like, y'all better call.
I know.
Listen to me reading on the movie hotline.
Telling you what time Ghostbusters is coming out. Okay. Remember I said I had a Back to the Future fact?
Yes.
Okay. So the set for Kingston Falls, which is the name of the town in this movie, is the same one they used for Back to the Future.
I felt that. Yeah. Because once or twice I thought that. Like, I was like, oh, this is very similar to the town in Back to the Future.
Yep.
But then I was also like, well, maybe this is just like the look of towns in movies at this time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, Troy said it too. He was like, this looks like Back to the Future. I was like, I know. And then I was like, well, there's a reason.
There, it is. Okay.
Both of the movies were filmed on the Universal Studios backlot, and director Joe Dante insisted on shooting it on backlots because he wanted to create a small town setting that evoked God, what is wrong with my mouth today? I can't talk. It's saying Gerald.
It's the Gerald. It's the Gerald.
Gerald messing me up. Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. So he wanted to have that essence. And he actually included It's a Wonderful Life as a clip in the film, in case the audience didn't like get the message. Even Billy running down the street with the dog is kind of
It's a Wonderful
George
Life
Bailey moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to breathe for a second because I have something funny and I realize I put it later. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to skip ahead, guys. I'll wait. Okay. So originally Stripe, the bad gremlin, and Gizmo were the same character. They were going to turn Gizmo bad.
No.
Yeah. But that changed when Steven Spielberg insisted that at least one of the gremlins had to be a good guy, so the audience could identify with him. And also for merchandising purposes.
Right. You want to have a bad and a good.
And you want to have a cuddly stuffy.
Not a scary thing. You've got it.
So part of it was capitalistic gains.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And Joe Dante said that making that decision is why this movie is fondly remembered. Because if it would have been the opposite way, I don't know if it would have had the stickiness of memories. So
I agree too. That's a good choice. Because he's the producer of the movie, Spielberg.
Okay. Yeah, he's a producer. So the coloring of Gizmo, the white patch of fur on the right eye, you're going to love this so much, was directly modeled after one of Steven Spielberg's dogs.
Oh.
And the Mogwai themselves were molded and kind of inspired from the Japanese Chin dog breed, which I have no idea what that is.
I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know necessarily what that breed looks like, but I can see how the Gremlins look like a dog, like a small dog.
I could see that, except I don't like dogs, and I like Gremlins.
And you like Gremlin, you like Gizmo,
but that's fine. They just have to be aliens, I guess, and then I'll like dogs.
Alien dogs.
So there was no CGI for this movie. Like all these, there's one still animation shot, and I can't remember where it is, but it's very obvious and it's weird. But they were all animatronics. Every gremlin.
Jeez.
There was a lot. So a lot of the budget for this movie was the animatronics.
Yeah.
And Zach Galligan, who played Billy, said in an interview, like, they were so expensive and so important to the movie that when everybody left for the day, they would check everybody's trunks to make sure nobody was stealing one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Because I think we forget too, nowadays, everything is CGI. But like those animatronics are detailed. And there was a lot, especially that one scene when they're in the movies.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking of, that none of that was computer generated. Oh my gosh.
I know, right? So Chris Columbus actually went through a few drafts before a shooting script was finalized. And I already told you about the creepy part, but there was something else. I deleted it.
What?
Oh, well.
Did you? Or
Hold
is it
on.
just
I
at the
just
bottom?
copied and pasted two things that I just said. Erase that from your memory, listeners, because we don't ever edit. So we're not
Just
going to
erase.
go back.
We're not going back.
Okay, so this movie and Indiana Jones, which came out the same year, those movies are said to have inspired the Motion Picture Association to create the PG-13 rating. Because this was rated PG and so is Indiana Jones. But this is a kind of a scary movie and there's some violence. Indiana Jones
Didn't
too.
we watch the first PG-13 movie? Was that Fast Times? No, that's our. We definitely.
Was it Goonies?
Maybe it was.
Maybe it's Goonies.
Maybe it was.
Because it came out the year after.
Because I remember we were like, and this was the first PG-13. And we were like, what?
Yeah. Because a lot of people felt like both of those movies were too violent for PG, but not violent enough for an R rating.
Yeah.
So that's how and it's like weird because I can't imagine not having that PG-13 rating.
Agree.
But then it makes sense when you start watching old movies and you're like, this is rated PG.
Yeah. Because it wasn't quote unquote bad enough to have an R.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I did write this down.
Yay.
Okay. The first movie to be released into theaters with a PG-13 rating was Red Dawn, 1984.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the one about the bombs, the Russians, and the kids are like out of school or something?
Yes.
We don't know. We just guess on this show.
We just guess.
That's the way we work.
My friend told me it is that one.
Just now? Oh. Like by
joke.
telepathy?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so going back to the animatronics, they were also puppets. That's what I forgot to say.
Okay.
But the fun part is the sets, a lot of them were built up off the floor so the puppeteers could be underneath.
Oh, cool.
Kind of like Muppet. Well, they were. They were
like little Muppets. Yeah, I love that.
They did use marionettes in a couple scenes. This is what I was talking about, not stop animation, but they weren't convincing. So like it was too like jerky and all that. Joe Dante said, good puppetry is an art when it's done as well as it was in Gremlins. CGI technology cannot do it better.
I agree.
I agree too. I agree. Speaking of special effects, one of the reasons for the no bright lights rule with the Mogwai was because of special effects problems. Because bright lights caused issues. So they're like, let's just throw that in the movie.
Let's just make the whole thing dark.
Now we're going to move on to the doggy facts, which you're going to love.
Yay.
Did you notice what his name was?
Barney.
No, I mean in the credits.
No.
He had a credit line.
No, I didn't see
His name is Mushroom.
Oh,
I know. I was like, Katie's going to love this. So he actually was a good dog on set. Everybody agreed, except the one thing he wouldn't do was follow Billy across the street. So So what they had to do was attach them with a monofilament line.
Mm-hmm.
So he would come. But aside from that, he was super easy to work with.
Maybe
so,
he just
like a clear
is scared
fishing
of like
line.
Cars. So
I don't know.
Didn't want to cross the road.
And they said he worked really well with the animatronics and the puppets. Like his reactions were real because he thought they were real.
Oh,
which is so cute to me.
Cute.
Because you could see in a few scenes he'll like jump or he'll like sniff them, and that was like his real mushroom dog reaction.
Cute.
So, but the one problem though was that some of the gremlin effects and problems, they had issues with them. It could take a while to sort it out. And one day the delay was so long, the actors were just sitting on the set waiting, and a few of them fell asleep.
The actors?
It took that long to sort out the gremlin puppet issues. I don't know what they were doing, puppeteers, but yeah. Okay, so now I just have some more random shit. You know, in the bar scene where the gremlins are like drinking and doing all the funny stuff.
I loved that scene.
I did too. The video game that one of the gremlins is playing is Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's just a fun little Xennial fact.
Love that.
Gizmo in this movie has been documented as the inspiration for the Furby that came out in the 90s.
So this is wild.
Okay.
We know Furbies, right?
Yes,
most of our listeners probably know what Furbies are. And for Advent, I got my youngest a Furby Advent calendar.
Oh, cute.
She's never had Furbies, nothing. And to the point that my husband was like, I didn't know she liked Furbies. I was like, I don't think she really knows about Furbies, but I know she'll love it.
Where did you find that?
Online.
Oh,
yeah. I was just like perusing like
whatever
Black Friday sales or something. I was like, ooh,
cute.
Instead of like candy or whatever, I'm like, she'll actually really like that. And it's funny though, because it like arrived and I like put it out like around when I was watching Gremlins, and I'm like looking at the Advent calendar, looking at Gremlins, and I was like, this is weird. They look so much alike.
I never put that together, but as soon as I read that, I was like, even the sounds that Furbies make.
Yes, the or whatever. Yeah. So the
Furbies can sing too, and they sound like Gizmo.
They can, and they do. The only thing is they can, and they do. The only thing she's like, and we're only on day 2 of the Advent calendar, so this makes sense. Like she opened the one and she was like, okay, because it's this little like mini, you know? Bitties. And I'm like, it'll be more fun once you open a few and you can like play with them. So then today she's hoping to get it a friend. And it's like, you know, sometimes the Advent calendars have little things you have to put together. And it's like this little like plastic like hoop. And she's like, I guess I'm going to build something. So poor thing. Hopefully by the 24th, she'll have like
a little Furby fam,
an acceptable amount of Furbies to play with. But,
oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, it was just so funny that like of all things I bought that. But maybe Gremlins were on my mind.
I don't know.
Looking. I don't know.
Maybe. I lost my spot again. Jeez.
Oops. Sorry.
I thought that I'd be like on my game because I had coffee before I got here this morning.
Smart.
But then I had this huge disaster, and it was so dumb because I tried to fix my hair, guys, and I am not good at styling my hair, and I did it last minute, which is probably bad. And it was a mess. I was late getting here. Katie didn't sleep good last night.
Did not.
Although she's not making any mistakes. It's me.
Well, I went back to bed for a little bit. I don't usually do that, but I felt horrible.
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I feel good. So
okay.
It worked. Going back to bed was the trick.
Her brain's working. I should have told her to read my notes.
Yes.
All right. So another random fact, the school scene where they're watching that educational film in the science class.
Yes.
Okay. That is actually an educational film in the Bell Science series, a film called Hemo the Magnificent. Not even joking. It came out in 1957. Hemo the Magnificent. Okay. Yes. Ironically, that film, that short, was written and directed by Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Better known for that than Hemo the Magnificent.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's really good.
Okay. So another random fact, near the beginning, as Randall Peltzer, the dad, makes his way to the curio shop in Chinatown, did you see there was like a big wrecked car?
Yeah.
Okay. That car is an AMC Gremlin. Just a fun Easter egg for you.
Love.
I was like, why are they making that car so prominent? Like, it's on the sidewalk.
Who cares? Yeah.
But that's why. It's just a little throwback. And I guess if you know cars, you would know that and
you
get
would
the
notice
joke.
it. Yeah.
But obviously, we didn't.
We did not.
Another fun little Easter egg is, when Billy's in the bar drawing the Dragon Lady cartoon, there's a man who sits next to him and he's compliments him.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually Chuck Jones, who is the legendary Warner Brothers cartoonist. He was friends with director Joe Dante, and Billy even calls him Mr. Jones.
That's fun.
I know. Fun little throw in there. Listen, if any of y'all people out there ever get famous, you better let me have a little cameo.
I was going to say, I'd be like, put me in your movie immediately.
Fun fact for Stranger Things fans out there have probably already know this. The new season just came out. In season 5, the Duffer Brothers put their high school drama teacher in a small role because they credit her with inspiring them.
So she's in season 5.
Yeah, as a
a
teacher.
cameo. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, it's not a cameo. She's a small role, but as a teacher.
That's cool.
I know. I love that. So y'all better remember. I mean, I don't teach nobody, but listen, if I'm your friend, throw me in there.
Yep.
Okay. Another little Easter egg when Billy leads Pete up to his room. Oh, that was the other weird fact I was going to share. So did you think it was weird that Billy was hanging out with a 13-year-old kid?
Yes.
Okay. The reason that it's written that way is Billy was originally going to be younger.
Okay.
But when they got into the casting process and saw Zach Galligan, they wanted to cast him. And so they aged him up. But I guess they forgot to change that. And Corey Feldman was cast before him.
Okay. Yeah. I guess it wasn't overly strange, but now that I think
thought
about
it was weird. I was like, why are they that's weird.
It'd be different if it was his brother or something, but just some neighborhood kid that he's friends with. I don't know.
But that's why, because Corey Feldman was cast first.
Right. And I love Corey Feldman in the movie.
Yeah.
But it is an odd, discrepancy.
Odd.
This grown man who works at the bank and goes out for beers after work and this 13-year-old coming to hang out. It's a little strange.
Weird. Anyway, when he leads him up to his room, also weird, to show him the Mogwai.
Yeah.
There's a rolled up movie poster for Twilight Zone, the movie.
Cool.
Which I just said Joe Dante was a director for one of the segments. So that was a little throw in there. And Steven Spielberg also.
He directed
had the segment on the older people.
I can't remember what that one was called.
I can't remember what that was called either.
That was a good one.
The last little Easter egg I have, and then we'll talk about our thoughts as we watched. In the very first scene where Billy's dad is at that convention, that invention convention.
Yes.
There's a time machine, and that is actually supposed to be the time machine from a movie called The Time Machine that came out in 1960. It's in the background. And so you see it in the background when he's on the phone, and then it cuts away to them being on the phone. And then when it cuts back to him, the time machine's gone.
Oh, that's cool.
And I did notice that because I was like, why is that not there again? That's why.
Because they meant to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a time machine.
I love Easter eggs in movies, and I love when I find them. They're just fun, because I feel like the filmmakers are just having fun, and it's inside jokes are always a good time. Okay, that's all my random notes.
I love that.
So let's talk about, well, we already know you don't like it.
Yes. All right. So first of all, and I do think it had a lot of throwbacks and direct references to other films.
Yeah.
Which we've mentioned.
Like we just said. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and literally like on the TV screen, there was always an older movie playing. So there was It's a Wonderful Life. I think Casablanca was on there. And then there was like another one, which was funny because I was like, this is very Dawson's like, because on Dawson's Creek.
True.
But Dawson is a Spielberg fan.
Yeah.
So Dawson's is a throwback to things Spielberg does in his films, but then Gremlins was a throwback to these other films.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Another thing I forgot to say was, you know, the scene where the Gremlin's hiding with the stuffed animals?
Yes.
There's a bunch of Looney Tunes characters in there.
Cute.
For like a Warner Brothers.
And then E.T. does that
and
too.
E.T.
Yeah. So the old lady who hated the dog.
Yes.
That was very Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah, for
like,
sure.
I'm going to take your little dog.
You know what she was supposed to be reminiscent of was Ebenezer Scrooge, though.
Oh, really?
It was a Christmassy movie.
I kind of get that because she was just like so rude to everyone. And
all her cats were named something related to money.
True. Okay.
And she was a rich lady.
I see that now.
It was mean.
And there was that little part where they talk about her husband embezzling.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that? It was like later in the movie, and I was like, oh, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what
was that all about.
I don't know. I can't
just
know
to,
everything.
Just to further show that they were bad people,
they were bad.
I guess.
Yeah. I wanted, you know what? I wanted a Gizmo stuffed animal so bad.
Oh, yeah?
And I can't remember if I had one or not. My sister's going to have to help me remember.
Did.
I probably did because I had so many. But I remember wanting one so bad. But this movie did scare me because it came out early 80s. So I was little when we had it on VCR tape. And y'all just get off hating on me for saying VCR
just
tape.
Say it.
It's
Doesn't
there.
matter.
I'm going to say it.
It's going to keep happening.
There it is. That was for you, Sarah. I love you. Okay.
Yay.
Because it is kind of scary. That's like when you're like, can I watch it with Tegan? I was like, oh, I don't know.
I was glad I didn't.
Okay.
Although I do think she probably would have been okay. But okay. I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Don't feed it after midnight.
Oh, I have that written down.
What does that mean?
Okay.
From midnight till when?
They clear this up in the second one. Because that came up in my research. Because it drove Cooper crazy.
It's me too.
He was like, okay, like, he's like, if you can't feed them after midnight, they never say at what point you can feed them.
Correct.
They clear that up in the second one.
And
I'm not telling you because we have to watch it. And I don't remember, but I came across
so there is an I was like, is it till dawn? Is it till noon? Like after midnight?
Right.
What does that mean?
So they talk about it. They did say, they do say something about it. And like, I guess the guy who played Billy and Joe Dante did an interview together. And they were talking about that. And he's like, well, we clear that up.
We cleared it up. Okay.
And maybe they realized, oh, shit, we fucked up. That's a huge plot hole.
Or it got edited out or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
We did. So it's funny because that reference was clear in my brain. We did a show here at my studio in the fall, Firebringer. You came and saw it.
Yeah.
And there's a character in it named Chorn who's like this Neanderthal. And they keep saying not to feed Chorn after midnight, which is just funny anyway. So I would laugh at it. But I was like, oh, they're referencing Gremlins.
Yeah.
So like, and remember, I know, don't feed it after midnight. And I would laugh watching it, but now I'm like, I see.
And you didn't know the joke.
I didn't know the joke.
I thought you at least would know the 3 rules.
No.
Wow.
That's why I'm telling you, I've never seen this movie.
This is wild to me.
Nothing was clicking. Nothing. Yeah,
That's
nothing.
So anyway, okay. I put, you're going to laugh. I wrote down, I said, why do I think Katie would totally buy a Mogwai? I feel like you would buy one.
Maybe I would.
I think you would.
Maybe I would. Because they're very cuddly until they're not.
I know. I just feel like you would because they're very small dog-like. They remind me of your little dog.
And the ears too. My little dog has those big ears like that. She kind of looks like a gremlin.
I would not be buying anything that could kind of talk and communicate. Oh, what?
Yeah,
no.
that's the only thing. That's a little weird. I said poor Barney in those Christmas lights when they strung him up.
Oh, Jesus, that was crazy. But also, Billy bringing his dog to the bank and like hiding him under the counter. This was before emotional support animals, guys.
It was. That was really funny.
He's like, just come on under here. Like nobody would know that dog would be stanky and barking.
Well, see, so that's an example of something in this movie that didn't square up for me because you think when that stuff happens at the beginning, oh, the point is this guy's never separated from his dog. That's going to be a huge plot point that they're always together. And then like 20 minutes in, the dog's gone.
Remember the dog was going to be eaten.
I know, but I'm just like, why do all that setup at the beginning where he's going to the bank with you, for the dog to literally be absent the rest of the movie?
I don't know.
That didn't make sense to me.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't like it.
I guess, you know what? As we're talking, I remember Troy and I talking about this, and I said, Katie's never seen this. And I said, you know what, though? I feel like if I watch this never having like the nostalgia piece, maybe I wouldn't like it. Actually, I probably still would. But like,
and there's a lot to like. There really is. Like,
you don't have to make yourself sound nice now about it.
I've already been mean. I've already ticked everyone off.
No, I guarantee there's going to be
someone who's like, I agree.
Guarantee.
I really like the dad, and I really liked all the little different inventions. I didn't like how he, like you said, he kind of dropped off the animal, and then like he just kept kind of like making messes in his family's life and then leaving.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't there for Christmas Eve. Because
even Troy said something about that.
So I did not like that. I liked the actual inventions. I thought they were funny. And like that particular actor, I just like, probably because I've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the role he played where it's like, okay, I'm going to mess everything up, either literally orange juice all over the counter or bring you a demonic pet, and then I'm going to leave. And it's like, hello,
bye.
Oh, what about the part where the mom put one of the gremlins in the microwave?
Oh, that was so urban legend.
It was.
Oh, and they used balloons for when the gremlins got big and popped. That was balloons.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot something that I skipped over. Remember how we talked? We're probably going to talk about it anyway. But the whole speech Kate gives about how her dad dies.
Yes.
So that was like pretty controversial, and studio executives kind of wanted to remove it because they felt like it was too ambiguous to decide if they were trying to be funny or serious.
That was my problem with it.
Yeah. So
I'm like, why this right now?
But he said this will help you in your understanding of this movie. And this is what I was going to go back to and I never went to, but now I am.
Here we are.
So Joe Dante refused to take it out because he said it represents the movie as a whole, which combined horrific and comedic elements. So that's why you're confused. Like, is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be scary? It's supposed to be both.
What was comedic about her story, though?
Well, it's dark comedy.
Because he got stuck in the chimney being Santa?
And
they lit him on fire?
I mean, that's dark comedy. Like, it's not funny. It's horrible, and tragic. Yeah. But, and Steven Spielberg didn't like that scene.
Yeah.
But he said it was Joe Dante's project.
Yeah.
And he respected him.
That's fair.
He's like, I'm the producer. So but he didn't like it either.
The scene I did really like that was toward the beginning is when they're walking home from the bar and it's Kate and Billy and she's talking to him about like suicide rates and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like people
you liked that.
No, I'll tell you why. Because I feel like people talk about that a lot now. You hear that. But I feel like back in like 83, 84, they didn't. So like these stats that she was throwing out about, I feel like that might have been an aha moment for people.
Maybe.
But what did you say about it?
I just wrote Billy and Kate's convo about Christmas, suicide, etc. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean,
it went deep fast. I was like, geez.
She had to carry both of those moments in the movie. I know. And she did a great job. But I was just like, why?
Why? I know. Can we talk about a line I loved, though?
What?
Was when Gerald was trying to pick up on her and he was like, come on, we're talking cable.
Yeah.
So great.
Also, Judge Reinhold introduced and then sort of disappears.
I know.
Like, why? Why have this whole build up with him? He's a throwaway.
I think it's because you're just supposed to see like Billy is
one way and this guy's another way, and the kind of people she deals with at the bar, maybe.
Yeah.
I did love the mechanic guy. He was cracking me up, and all the like foreign references the whole time.
Now that guy, Joe Dante uses him in every single one of his movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Twilight Zone.
Oh, was he one of the family members?
Yeah, he was the dad.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought he was funny. I liked him.
He's good.
I thought he was really good.
Oh, okay, but also, can we please talk about Gizmo playing the keyboard and singing?
That was great.
That is the cutest thing.
So adorable. I love that. And that would be what would get me one of those. What are they called?
Like, it's the
Mogis,
keyboard.
Mogli.
What are they saying? Mogwai.
Mogwai. Okay. Got it.
Go.
I'll never mess up again.
Thank you. Okay. Also, though, everybody is way too calm in this movie.
Yes.
Like, crazy shit is going down, and they're just like, oh no. And they're just like, Troy was like, why are they still so calm? Like, I'd be screaming my shit off. The mom going upstairs and those fucking pods or slimy pods.
Uh-huh.
She just walks up there and goes like this. Billy, what's going on? If you walked into your kid's room and there is 6 slimy hairy pods,
I'd be screaming my head off.
Okay.
Yelling for help. All the
They are
things.
too calm. Why?
That is so weird. I don't know.
Why are they so calm?
I did like the bar scene. I thought it was really funny where they were like drinking from the keg and playing the video game. And I like the part where Kate says, just don't bite me. I don't know why. I loved that part. But then like that part was relatively short. And then there were other parts that were like so long. I'm trying to think if I can think of anything specifically that I was like, oh, another question. And because this is, I feel like a genre all its own now. Movies that are this. Spooky Christmas.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a thing yet, right? Was this one of the like first spooky Christmas hits?
I don't think so. I think there were, you know who would know? Ben would know that.
Ben would know. Cody might know too.
I don't know. I don't think this was the first.
Okay.
I don't think this was
because it's a whole thing now. Like you just accept like dark Christmas horror movies or whatever. Even like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that was later.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know. Anyway, okay.
So yeah, I wrote nobody is wigging out. I wrote nobody's wigging out. Weird creatures from some mysterious shop, slimy ass pods. Like nobody's wigging out. I wrote I love all the puppets because I kept saying animatronic, but I think most of it was puppets.
I think most of them probably were.
Let me fix that on air. Most of it was puppets. I mean, there were some animatronics, but most were puppets. Also, some of the scene sets were really good.
Mm-hmm.
I also loved that the first time you see what the bad gremlin looks like, it was in the jump scare.
Yeah.
Out of the school cabinet.
Yeah.
And then you see a shadow of him on the wall in the house before she sees what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
That was good.
That was some good.
And I liked that science teacher.
I know.
I liked him. Well, I couldn't tell. I was like, is he bad? Because he was like taking his blood and stuff. But I think he was just trying to figure him out.
It's science.
Yeah.
He didn't kill it.
No.
But then also, this was dumb. He I guess I'll go now. He took one bite of a sandwich and then left it there. It's like, who gonna just leave for the day with a giant sandwich you just took one bite of?
I'm gonna take it home.
Right.
So here's another one. I know there's really no explanation because this is a fictional movie, but where are the spawned ones coming from? Like when you put water on them.
Yeah. But then they made more. Remember when they jumped in the pool?
Yes. Where do
it's like what do you call it? Regeneration.
Okay.
So they make more of themselves, but it's bad ones.
Right. Okay.
That's it. Period.
That's all. Okay.
They just pop out their
Got
back.
it.
And
so
they pop a pod out.
Pop it out of where? Their back?
Remember? That's what happened to Gizmo. He screamed and fell down and they all popped out of his back.
Okay.
It's gross. I don't like that effect.
I don't like that effect either.
Cooper was like, oh, I don't like that. I was like, yeah, no, it's gross.
It's weird. It's weird.
But yeah, that's how they be.
Okay.
Like, speaking of that YMCA pool of gremlins.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
And that YMCA building, I was like, I swear that was my YMCA.
I think they all look the same.
They all look the same.
But also, Billy just dropped his mom off at a doctor's personal residence.
Yeah.
He's just like, here's my mom. She's hurt.
Here's my mom. Help. Bye.
It's Christmas Eve, so take care of her.
Yeah.
Was it Christmas Eve? I don't know.
It might have been. And then the doctor's like, sure, come on in.
Like, bitch, I'm off.
Yeah.
I am not on call.
Yeah. I don't care if our whole town's being destroyed by gremlins.
I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, I wrote the caroling gremlins were hilarious.
They were funny.
But then for some reason, I don't know why I wrote this. I don't know. I said gremlins at the bar was me in my college days. I guess because they were just being crazy.
They're just being crazy.
Smoking cigarettes, jumping on tables. That's probably it.
Probably it.
The one doing flash dance.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I loved that scene.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I loved that scene.
All right. Okay.
That was a good one.
I think maybe what you just didn't like about it was you couldn't put it in a box.
I think so.
Let it be out the box, Katie.
I know. It's hard. I don't think I can.
Hold on. I was on, I don't know. Was I drinking wine? I was. So I was like, my notes get a little more interesting towards the end of this movie. I did have a glass of wine. I put Kate's monologue about how her dad died. I said, I'm going to perform this next year at an open mic.
Oh. Well, you heard it first, everyone.
And that's how I found out there's no Santa Claus. That's what I wrote down. That was the way to end that.
Yes.
I mean, that is a little dark comedy right there.
The ending was good.
I'm doing it. Open mic next year.
All right,
Find me.
let's do
Find
it.
me. I'm doing it. I also wrote, how did they get the rights from Disney to have Snow White in this movie? Because it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And also they're wearing like mouse ears and stuff in the audience.
I don't know.
Because I don't think that could happen nowadays. Disney
Probably
would be like,
not.
hell no.
But I mean, you figure Steven Spielberg probably had a ton of friends in the industry by then and was probably able to work out some kind of deal.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had to get the rights from somebody. And I felt like the dwarf gremlin connection was there too.
Yeah.
The little dwarfs and then I don't know.
I thought it was hilarious when they were singing in that theater.
That part was funny.
It was hilarious. I still wrote again, everybody is so calm.
Yes.
Oh, also, did you notice that damn dog, his mouth was always wet?
I mean,
it was gross. It was always slobbery. Like he always had like wet on his chin beard.
A lot of dogs are like that.
I know.
My golden doodle's like that.
Ew.
Yeah, he's always wet.
I don't be liking
always
dogs.
wet. And he always be trying to give you a kiss too.
Gross.
Always.
Ask me how many times I've been to Katie's house because.
Well, not since I've had the doodle.
Oh, that's true.
You used to come.
We were recording
and they were still, and the other two are annoying as well.
No, you.
But the doodle would be like,
yeah, I can't
in
do
your
that.
face.
I'm never coming. Never.
I think your son is not a huge fan of the doodle.
Well, Kaden doesn't like dogs because one attacked
He'll
him
say
and tried to kill him.
Yeah, he'll say hi to them, but he's like,
he don't like dogs either.
I don't blame him.
My last note was Americans mess everything up.
Which was basically what the guy said when he came back to get it.
That is
He's
what
like,
he said.
You guys take but also like, you're going to let him take this thing that has all this power and just be like, oh, by the way, don't get it wet. No bright lights. Don't feed it after midnight.
The grandpa didn't give it to him. The kid stole it.
Oh, that's true.
The grandpa said, no, you are not prepared for this.
So how did the grandpa find him? He just heard about the chaos?
Well, remember, because it was on the news and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So he just came and found him.
They show a scene of him seeing the news.
Oh, okay. But like, how did he like find their house?
Did you fall asleep?
No, because I remember him coming to the house.
That's the last scene, though.
Yeah.
I
You think in the middle I fell asleep? I might have. But I saw the movies and I saw the bar.
Say. She's like, those scenes
I
went
told
on a long
you
time.
it was
It's because I was
too long.
dreaming.
You didn't remember how the actors fell asleep when it was taking too long? That was me. It was like, okay, let's move this plot along or it's nap time. Period. Come on. I'll come back for the ending so I know what happens.
That's okay. I was falling asleep in the Stranger Things, the last episode, because it was super long.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I got to go back and watch it because I think I missed a bunch. Anyway, that's all I had.
All right.
Look at us keeping that right at an hour.
Love it. Oh, yeah. Almost exactly.
I love it. That.
See, no one will say that about our scenes.
About our what?
Scenes, that they're too long. And
they might.
Well,
I mean, this is just a podcast, not a movie.
That's true.
So
that is such a good point. Maybe people fall asleep to our voices.
I doubt it. I don't think that
we
occurs.
jump scare them with a laugh.
Don't think that happens.
Well, I am glad I finally watched this movie. That's it. That's all. Done.
I still love Gremlins.
Yeah,
we are going to watch Gremlins too.
That's fine.
You're going to hate it, but
I love New York City. Anything like based in New York City, I will watch.
But I think now that you know what kind of movie this is, you're going to be prepared for Gremlins 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's
hope so.
We'll find out in a year. They start talking. One of them talks.
Okay.
And it is hilarious, the voice that comes out of his mouth.
All right. I'm excited for that. Excited for that. I will wait until next year.
It might not be a Christmas one. I'll look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening. We hope you're having a great holiday season. Please leave us a little review wherever you listen and share us with your friends. And if you're looking for a great Christmas gift for yourself or someone you love, join us over on Patreon. Woo. And you can get all of our bonus episodes too.
Yay.
All right. We'll see you next time on Generation in Between.
Bye.